up, you sexy ass motherfuckers? Welcome back to yet another Rome 2 Total War Siege battle. I know, Captain. Why the fuck don't you do land battles? Cause they suck. No, they don't suck, but siege battles are so fucking fun. It is my strange addiction, and I have to keep on playing it. This is actually a siege battle that I had played in along with Holy Banana and then a couple of others as well. It's definitely a doozy. I honestly don't really remember the siege battle too much, but I was trying to look for more of a recent siege battle because I'm trying to figure out which siege battles are which. So hopefully it's a doozy. But guys, sit back, relax, grab yourself something to eat, something to drink, go jerk off a quick one, go call your grandmother and tell her that you love her, preferably not while you jerk off a quick one, because I don't think she'd appreciate that too much. Do whatever you guys gotta do, and let's get into it, guys. While we're waiting to load in as well, make sure you guys check out our sponsor down in the description below, Gamer Grind Company. They are a fantastic coffee company based within the United States area. They have a very, very high quality, delicious coffee. I'm currently enjoying some Headshot coffee as we speak, so make sure you guys check them out and use the code CAPN4IS down in the description below to be able to get a nice little discount as well. It's going to be Carthage and Swaby versus Tylus and Kush. Definitely some powerful factions played here today. Definitely going to be a very exciting battle, and on a barbarian map. I know how much some of you guys love those barbarian maps, so we shall see. But let's get into it and see what happens. Drink a little bit of coffee here. Alright, so you've got me and Holy Banana on the attack. Holy Banana utilizing Swaby, their club levy, their Bloodsworn, their Sword Masters, Kimberly Bowwomen, such a powerful archer unit. Love to see him, and of course a lot more Sword Masters as well over here. I'll be bringing over some Italian swordsmen, Libyan infantry, Gallic warriors. I'm trying to remember, did I bring... No, I think I just brought a lot of Libyan infantry, so, and then some more kind of mercenary troops as well. And then, of course, mercenary Cretan archers and Balearic slingers with my general. It looks like I'll be fighting Kush, of course, because I'm the armored faction, and Tylus will be facing off against Swaby. But right now, we're just pushing up our towers, preparing to engage with the enemy forces and just kind of enjoying the view as we speak. We've got some burning buildings in the background. Kush is going to go ahead and insert his way into shooting the absolute shit out of my initial tower that's trying to move up here. Gotta drink some of that coffee. And he can do that all he wants. If he wants to utilize his ammo against my towers, I have plenty of them. So as long as that ammo doesn't actually get used against my troops, I am definitely a happy camper. I do not want to see men die needlessly against such reckless hate as the fireballs here. In the background, you can kind of hear the burning buildings as well. You can start to see some of Kush's forces. We got a couple units of Shotel warriors. We've got some Levy Freemen, Celtic slings, and more Levy Freemen, as well as a ballista ready to hold this front line against Swaby. Swaby moving up, trying to scout out the area, see what they'll be fighting against before they engage with all of their forces. Over here, my tower did burn down, but I am going to go ahead and move up this unit of mercenary Italian swordsmen in order to try and burn these towers from outside of the walls. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I haven't had anyone complain about this, but it's not frowned upon to burn down the towers from outside of the walls, correct? I mean, it gives the defenders plenty of opportunity to be able to fire down from the walls themselves and do a lot of damage to the troops trying to burn down the towers too. Over here, I have separated my troops a lot. I'm sending in the first wave of Gallic warriors as well as some mercenary Italian swordsmen to be able to engage with these Kushite slave infantry, as well as some tribal warriors too. We've got some very heavily armored troops moving in to engage with my mercenary Italian swords, and hopefully I'll go ahead and move them in and charge in, engage with these guys before they get too much Pila in. Come on, charge in the Gallic Warriors. There we go, there we go, there we go. Yeah, moving in, charging in the Gallic Warriors. They are going to take a lot of Pila. That is a great use of the Kushite slave infantry, really utilizing their Pila to try and take out as many troops as they possibly can for I think it's a 210 gold cost. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, but for a very cheap unit, they are definitely going to get some great kills. My Mercenary Gallic Warriors, a 350 cost unit with chevrons, which is an additional 50 gold, I believe, for Gallic Warriors. I mean, being able to just simply take them down with javelin capabilities is a fantastic move by Kush. And then over here we've got some more Gallic Warriors trying to move into these Kushite slave infantry. My mercenary Italian swords getting absolutely peppered by these Kushite slave infantry, but still trying to do what they can to be able to engage with the defending forces. Over here, Swaby is quickly moving in his club levy to be able to help support me in my endeavor here. I'm trying to utilize the ammunition of my other unit of mercenary Italian swords, really just use whatever I can to be able to shoot down these heavily armed troops. I'm also moving over my 3 units of Cretan archers to be able to get some great flanking fire along with these Cimbri bowwomen on these tribal warriors as well. Definitely an elite or more expensive unit, especially from Tylus, to be able to lose from ranged fire. I do love to see it if you're rooting for us. Over here, we've got some Kushite slave infantry still engaged with some Gallic warriors. They're going to go ahead and move them up and try to get some more Javi capability over into my troops. Over here, this unit of mercenary Gallic warriors is breaking against the might of the Kushite slave infantry. I've got a unit of mercenary Italian swordsmen engaged with Shotel warriors. They were trying to burn down the tower, but for whatever reason, they just refused to light it on fire and continue to work on it. Great move by the defenders, moving out to really counter my troops and make sure that they can't do any more damage to that tower. Over here, I am losing on this front. Kush is doing a great job of holding me back and making sure that I cannot continue to push. I'm really just kind of starting to focus my troops over on this side. I'm moving in a lot more infantry, which I should have done earlier, but a lot more Libyan infantry is starting to move up. My more elite infantry preparing themselves for the main engagement. My archers getting some great flanking fire on these tribal warriors while they are engaged with the club levy. We've got even more troops. We've got Bloodsworn, more elite troops moving in against such numbers. Tylus is really moving in a little bit of everything. We've got Levy Freeman, we've got tribal warriors, all kinds of different troops moved up here on the front line in a huge blob. And I'm going to quickly start to change my artillery to hopefully start firing into this ginormous blob and get a lot of kills. Swaby doing a great job of utilizing their ammo, throwing as much ammo into this blob as they can to really just try to get as much damage as they possibly can against these guys as well. Over here, Swaby's initial club levy are breaking against the might of the tribal warriors, but they do have some more forces quickly moving in to help support as well. I went ahead and charged in my mercenary Italian swords to flank against these tribal warriors, but Kush is doing a great job of really trying to support his forces, going ahead and going to flank my Italian swordsmen. So it's just kind of a flank on a flank on a flank on a flank, and trying to make it so that way I cannot do any damage against his ally and quickly break him. Over here, I'm going to be charging in some Libyan infantry against these Kushite slave infantry. Again, just trying to use a unit to be able to hold these guys back and try to make sure that they can't continue to come and flank me. I also have another unit of Libyan infantry fighting against these 2 depleted units. This depleted units of tribal warriors and this depleted unit of Kushite slave infantry as well. Just trying to quickly break them so that way I can come and support my Swabian ally as well. Swaby's still having some great forces though, some sword masters left over and ready to be able to do some damage. This artillery is starting to focus down these Celtic slingers, a fantastic target. Really able to get some good kills on those guys as well. These Bloodsworn are going to quickly break here, but my Libyan infantry should hopefully be able to break these guys here soon and go and support my ally. My ally could definitely use it. I mean, there's no way, I don't believe that I'm going to be able to break through the Kushite lines there on the front, so I'm going to continue to focus on Tylus and try to get as much damage as I possibly can before they go and potentially retreat over to the main ground. I'm going to go ahead and throw a couple of volleys into the back of them, hopefully quickly break them, so that way, again, I can just get my troops the hell in to the rest of the enemy lines. I've got some more archers firing onto Tylus's flank over here as well, where that tower is, trying to get some great flanking fire, some great damage off against those armored units, really just focusing down the flank, and that was a beautiful artillery shot as well. I'm just sitting here enjoying my coffee too. Yeah, these tribal warriors are getting kind of melted by archers, and now they're getting flanked by Libyan infantry. I'm going to go ahead and move my unit of Libyan infantry to engage with these Celtic slingers and hopefully break them. Because if I can kill ranged units with a sword unit, that would be wonderful. I've got another unit of Libyan infantry moving up as well, but I definitely need to continue to pour in the troops and continue to get some more units in here into the fray to help my ally. My ally still has Bloodsworn engaged with this giant blob and utilizing their archers to be able to fire onto the flanks of these tribal warriors, really doing a lot to help me break through Tylus, because Tylus is such a powerful faction as well. And just look at them. They are a gorgeous faction. I'm not a huge fan of the color green, but they really pull it off. And they look absolutely wonderful as well. My Libyan infantry is going to go ahead and get flanked, but they did their job. They got a lot of kills on those slingers. Just really trying to minimize our opponent's ranged capability and really just do whatever we can. And these tribal warriors are getting absolutely melted from behind. If we can go quickly break them, my Libyan infantry can turn around and engage with that fresh unit of tribal warriors, but it's too late. The flank was too strong, and it looks like they are going to go ahead and break, but we do have some more forces here. 2 units of weirdly formed Libyan infantry moving in and getting ready to engage with the defending forces. My Libyan infantry over here have been engaged with the Kushite slave infantry for quite a while, taking a lot of fire from the Kushite general, as well as the Shotel warriors, really just trying to utilize their ammo capabilities, but taking a lot of damage and finally breaking against the might of Kush as well. We've got my Libyan, where are my, oh, the flag was over there. I was like, what's going on? My Libyan infantry now engaged with these tribal warriors as well. These tribal warriors are going to take a lot of flanking fire, which is fantastic to see. And these Libyan infantry are really just trying to hold them off for as long as possible so the archers can do the work that we need in order to gain victory in today's battle. Kush staying close by with some more Shotel warriors as well. I've got my units close by trying to fire at this flanking unit of tribal warriors, trying to make sure that they don't get any sort of advantage or anything like that. And really, we're just trying to focus down this side as much as we possibly can. This unit of Libyan infantry still somehow fighting, still somehow able to hold off Kush, the mighty Kush, from being able to go and flank my troops. And then I do have some more Libyan infantry moving up quickly to be able to try and support our troops as much as possible and continue to hold back Kush and make sure that they cannot break through this location. I do have my artillery kind of firing over here, trying to fire into these Celtic slingers, but it's at such a good angle where the building is just taking the brunt of it. I mean, the amount of, ooh, there we go. We got more tribals finally breaking. Tylus starting to lose ground here after having taken so much against just the absolute rain of archer fire that is just firing into them right now. Beautiful sight to see. Beautiful sight to see. And then we've got my Libyan infantry over here engaged with these Kushite slave infantry as well. Still just trying to break through the initial lines of Kush. Kush is doing a fantastic job of holding off against our reckless hate. Over here, I'm utilizing the ammunition of my Libyan infantry, really trying to utilize the ammunition to the best of its ability and try to get as many kills on these Shotel warriors as I possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and move in some mercenary Cretan archers here. I've got one that's out of ammo, so I'm going to move them in closer and hope that the Celtic slingers are going to waste their ammo on that unit of archers and that my other archers can hopefully utilize their ammo and break those Celtic slingers as well. Over here, that initial Libyan infantry looked like they did break, but I've got another fresh unit of Libyan infantry over here still holding back Kush and still trying to do as much damage as possible. Looks like Kush is actually going to go ahead. Well, no, I thought I saw Kush, a red line going from those Shotel warriors, but those Shotel warriors are still holding back. There we go. Now they're going to go ahead and charge in get a great charge bonus off on my Libyan infantry and do some great damage. This is what they're meant for, is just taking on heavily armored troops and melting them like they're nothing. So good job for Kush, really just kind of keeping their more elite units in the back until the time was right. It looks like Tylus is beginning to fall back here with what's left of their forces. They still have an Oathsworn general, some tribal warriors, and some ranged units. And it looks like Kush has also fallen back with the majority of their army. They're just kind of leaving some more of their fodder behind to be able to continue to hold off our forces and ensure the survival of the rest of their more elite troops as well. We've got Sword Masters by Swaby moving in, cutting off the retreat of Tylus, continuing to engage with their forces and try to make sure that their elite troops do not escape, and really just trying to do as much damage as they possibly can as well. I'm trying to see. There we go. We've still got this Scorpion over here doing some damage, getting some shots off. Great position for them. They can, excuse me, really get some good damage off on our troops over down this alleyway. Over here, finally breaking some of these Kushite slave infantry. These Shotel warriors are going to go ahead and move back in, engage with our sword masters and Libyan infantry, try to continue to hold them back, because Tylus is now stuck in the fight unless they can break these sword masters. But these Celtic slingers are really trying to do whatever they can to continue to damage us as much as possible and make sure that we really feel the hurt while we're trying to chase down the rest of their units. Over here, finally, we've got these Kushite slave infantry doing so much damage for such a cheap unit, finally breaking against the might of our forces, and hopefully allowing us to be able to surround and destroy these Shotel warriors as well. I've got these Libyan infantry engaged with these depleted tribal warriors, breaking them, hopefully opening up a new opportunity for us to be able to break through and engage with these Oathsworn as well. These sword masters are definitely taking a beating. Oathsworn are no easy feat, no easy enemy to be able to break or to be able to defeat, but they are doing everything in their power after having been engaged with the enemy for such a long time, just trying to do as much damage as they can against this Oathsworn general and get them the hell off of this battlefield. And there goes the Oathsworn general. We've got some fire going into the general as they're retreating, trying to, again, just do as much damage as we possibly can. We've got another unit of sword masters charging in. I've got my Libyan infantry chasing down the general, really just trying to kill the general, and we are not letting him retreat, because if we can take out this Oathsworn, that is one less extremely elite unit of infantry that we have to worry about. Kush doing a great job of utilizing their Shotel warriors, trying to block the way so that way the Oathsworn general can get out of dodge. But the Oathsworn general is not going to leave these Shotel warriors behind. They do not want to leave their ally to fight the good fight alone, so they are going to actually move back into that fight and hold off against our forces. We've got a mixture of Libyan infantry and sword masters in the fray as we speak, as well as a little bit of ranged units too, just trying to fire at whatever forces they can. In this case, it's Celtic slingers, and again, just do as much damage as they possibly can as well. And Balearic slingers can do a lot of damage, so it's good to see. This Oathsworn unit is going to actually go ahead and get the hell out of dodge. I think they were trying to save this Scorpion, but I think the Scorpion might have been out of ammo. With 110 kills, not a bad cost as well, not a bad spend to be able to bring that Scorpion into this battle. It definitely got a lot of kills on what I can only assume was more elite infantry. But Balearic slingers are just trying to fire at whoever is trying to retreat, just trying to get that flanking fire and that side fire on just whatever they can, and try to just do as much damage as they possibly can as well. Right now, engaged with the front of these Shotel warriors, just trying to take out these elite units so that way we don't have to deal with them later. Over here, we've got chariots moving in by Kush, charging into these sword masters, getting a little bit of damage in, but definitely taking a lot of getting very, very hurt from that initial volley. They're going to go ahead. We've got fire coming in from these Cretan archers. We've got Libyan infantry charging in to throw their pila in. We've got a swordmaster general moving in as well. Chariots getting 100 kills on swordmasters, which is a fantastic usage of that chariots. I mean, ultimately, they could have definitely gotten a lot more kills as well, but swordmasters are definitely something that you want to take out with chariots. And then over here, my ally found a little bit of a gap in their lines. Going to go ahead and circle around and try to get some damage off on these Royal Kushite archers. Tried to get some kills on these guys before they killed their own forces with mighty pointy arrows. Desert arrows. You don't want to mess with them at all. And then we've got Kush trying to retreat whatever forces they have left, try to get them back so that way they can hold in the final stand. Looking over on the defending side, Tylus has definitely been hurt. I saw another unit right there. I'm not quite sure what it was. They still have what's left of the Oathsworn General, and then one unit there, and I think they still had some slingers left, but it looks like Kush is definitely the healthiest out of the two, definitely having a lot of units left still. So a lot of Kushite slave infantry, a lot of that initial units are still alive. Archers that haven't really even seen battle as of yet, trying to utilize their ammo and get some good fire off on these Cimbri bowwomen. The Cimbri bowwomen realize their mistake and are quickly trying to get the hell out of Dodge. They are no match for the Kushite archers. Those archers will decimate them. I've got my Libyan infantry here trying to kind of hold the line, protect my slingers, protect our archers, and trying to make sure that Kush can't move in any more units to flank against those archers. I should have countercharged with the Libyan infantry, but I must not have been paying attention. But the Kushite slave infantry is going to charge into my Libyan infantry and try to do as much damage as possible, but they shouldn't be able to last for too long. These Cretan archers are actually out of ammo, so I'm going to quickly move them around and engage with these Kushite slave infantry, and just try to make sure that they can't flank into any more important units. Why I didn't move in my Libyan infantry, I'm not quite sure. I have a lot more elite troops, but my micromanagement of this battle is certainly not great. It's not one for the history books. I'm definitely not doing as good as I should. I started taking a drink of my coffee, but I'm just showing you guys a view of the tree, and as beautiful as the trees are in this game, I don't think that's what you guys came here. I think you guys came here for the bloodshed, for the war, for the battle, to see who shall win, or who shall fall. The swordsmen holding off against some more of our depleted units. We're moving in some more depleted units to be able to start picking at the defenses of our enemies, of the defending forces, and really just try to do as much damage as we possibly can initially, while the rest of our forces are engaged with everything else. These swordmasters are getting absolutely peppered by archers right now. I mean, just taking so much side and flanking fire right now while engaged with these Kushite slave infantry. You do not love to see it. You want to see those guys really try to die in melee. You don't want them to die by projectiles. You don't want them to die by ranged units. I'm going to go ahead and charge in this fresh unit of Libyan infantry to that front line fight and try to do whatever I can to break these swordsmen, which are doing a fantastic job with 77 kills against more elite infantry. If you're rooting for the defenders, that is definitely something that you want to see, is the more cheaper troops getting a decent amount of kills on the more elite troops. Looking back over these, oh my lord, these Kushite slave infantry just will not break against swordmasters and against Cretan archers flanking them. I mean, I get it, the Cretan archers aren't all that powerful, but come on guys, you need to just break already. Holy smokes. The archers are really still just raining fire on these poor swordmasters. I mean, you gotta give them a break. Gotta give them credit for not breaking yet. At 20 men left, I'm going to go ahead and move in my Cretan archers to be able to smush these Kushite slave infantry. They are out of ammo, so I'm really just trying to use these guys and hope that Kush continues to waste their ammo on archers that are completely out of ammo. So I'm going to go ahead and surround these Kushite slave infantry, hopefully break them, and hopefully allow our opponents to waste their ammo on our troops too. They're wasting ammo on retreating swordmasters, which is beautiful to see too. So just trying to really get them to waste whatever ammo that I can. We're going to go ahead and move our Cretan archers over to the side here. We got a unit of Libyan infantry quickly charging in to hopefully break these Kushite slave infantry. For slave infantry, they just have the morale of a god, apparently. They do not want to break. We got Poison Shot, which I didn't even realize that Poison Shot reduced the melee attack and defense damage of the troops as well. Holy smokes, I don't know how long that lasts, but that's crazy to see, especially in a fight like that where they're just trying to make sure that their troops hold off for as long as possible. Over here, I'm utilizing my Libyan infantry's ranged capabilities to try and get as much damage off on these Shotel warriors as I can before I charge in and just try to take these guys out. An heavily armored unit against a unit that is meant for melting armor like it's nothing, like it's air, like it's a feather. We shall see who wins. One is more depleted than the other. I've also got a unit of Libyan infantry moved up to try and burn down this tower so that way it ceases to fire flaming arrows into our troops while it engages with the defending forces. This archers are going to try to get some good flanking fire. Well done by the defending forces as well. Get some good side fire, get some good flanking fire. But I'm really just going to try to just get rid of this tower so that way they don't get a bunch of free kills with it. My Libyan infantry over here still engaged with these Shotel warriors, trying to get as many kills as they possibly can, trying to break through. Looks like these Kushite archers are at ammo with 166 kills. Not bad at all. Completely out of ammo, but into the fray, and just really trying to do as much damage as they can. I've got another unit of Libyan infantry coming in to hopefully give this depleted unit of Libyan infantry some rest, allow me to retreat, rest up, and move in a fresh unit against a unit that is hopefully tiring, very tired Oathsworn. We got some fresh Shotel warriors though, which have been fighting for a little bit, but they are still fresh, which is interesting to see. We've got Kush's Royal Kushite archers, not only a Royal Kushite archer, but a general unit as well, moved up to help inspire the men and women of this battle and hopefully allow them the courage to be able to not break against the seemingly endless wave of attacking forces engaged with their people. Over here, we've got some Celtic slingers, which are presumably out of ammo, charging into the fray as well against my Libyan infantry, trying to support the Shotel warriors in their endeavors, and trying to make sure that they do not break. Over here, I've got a depleted unit of Libyan infantry charging in. I'm going to go ahead and probably cycle them out with this other unit of Libyan infantry, and really, again, just try to continue to cycle out, get those charge bonuses out, try to get those charge bonuses out, and just try to do as much damage as I possibly can. We've got Swaby over here with their giant ballista crew, what's left of it, over here trying to give us some more courage. Support our troops, support our frontline troops, maybe bringing up some supplies, some snacks, some drinks, which if you guys are out, pause the video and go grab some, because guys, nobody likes to watch a video without snacks and drinks. Come on, we all know that. Unless you guys are like on the toilet watching this video or something, then I probably don't want to eat a sandwich while you're taking a shit. Then over here we've got another fresh unit of Libyan infantry moving in, engaged with now some Oathsworn, as well as some Celtic slingers and Kushite archers, really just continuously cycling in and out, trying to do as much damage as we possibly can. They tried to charge in the chariots and get some more kills, but we were ready with some ammunition, and we just kind of rained fire upon those chariots, made sure that they couldn't charge into the flanks and get more kills, because losing, as much as I love chariots, I gotta root for myself in this battle. I don't want my men to die from chariots. Over here, we've got Royal Kushite archers that still have ammo, and some regular Kushite archers that still have ammo, moving into the fray now, preparing themselves to be able to engage with our forces and support their frontline troops. So far, just 2 units of Shotel warriors against what's left. Wow, the voice crack. What's left of our army, which is a unit of swordmasters and a lot of Libyan infantry with some ranged units left too. I'm going to go ahead and fire into those Shotel warriors as they're retreating and try to get as many kills as we possibly can. They are retreating, allowing us to be able to come in, so I'm going to go ahead and utilize this to the best of my ability, to the best of my advantage, and really just try to move in here and engage with these guys and take some land here. But we've also got some Kushite archers and stuff firing into my allies' ranged troops, and now they should be able to fire into the flanks of my Libyan infantry as well. I'm going to go ahead and move in with what's left of my troops, move in with everything that we got and try to get some flanks off, break these Shotel warriors as quickly as we possibly can, turn around so that way they can't get a flank off, and really just try to sandwich these guys and try to break them. Over here, we've got even more Shotel warriors moving in. Oh, for a second, I forgot to click recording. That would have sucked. Over here, we got even more Shotel warriors moving in to engage with our forces, trying to hold the line so that way we cannot break through. We're trying to do what we can to surround these Shotel warriors over here, but again, Shotel warriors are meant to engage with our more heavily armored forces. This is what they're meant to do, is cut down armor like it's nothing, like it's air. And so, you know, they're in a great position to be able to continue to do as much damage as they possibly can against our forces. I'm going to go ahead and move in a unit of depleted Libyan infantry into these archers to hopefully break them. If I can kill that general and break their morale, then maybe we can win this battle just a little bit more easily. But it's definitely, it's looking interesting for both sides. These Shotel warriors are doing whatever they can to hold off against such reckless hate, to hold off against these forces. We're breaking these archers. We're moving in. I'm moving in these Libyan infantry to be able to engage with this general to hopefully again break this general, because again, if we can break this general, then that breaks the morale of the defending forces. These Shotel warriors are starting to get surrounded, which is a beautiful sight to see if you're rooting for the attackers. The general is engaged by Libyan infantry. They're going to try to retreat and try to make it so that way they don't break, because as soon as that general breaks, that morale is going to go down. These Shotel warriors are surrounded. They're getting flanking fired as well. We've got some more Libyan infantry over here still engaged with these Shotel warriors. We've got some more of our forces starting to break against these Shotel warriors. I mean, they have seen so much battle, so much fighting. I'm surprised that they haven't broken earlier. They're so far from home and so tired of all of this. They're really just trying to do what they can, not to just crumble and retreat against these forces. Over here, we finally broken this unit of Shotel warriors. The rest of the Shotel warriors are breaking. The general is breaking, and we have finally claimed victory. But at what cost? I mean, we have lost so many troops in this battle just trying to take a small barbarian settlement, which the barbarian part of it stopped defending at the very beginning of the walls. I mean, they gave it their all. They did not want their opponents to set foot within their walls, and somehow they had an Eastern faction supporting them, which is always interesting to see. Oh my goodness, but in this battle, let's go ahead and look at the kills here. I don't mean to brag or anything, but I got the most kills somehow, even though my micromanagement wasn't great. But my Belair Slingers getting 216, 179, 143, 187, 127. Libyan infantry doing great, 329, 239, 197, 332, and my light infantry getting wrecked in the beginning. Tylus doing pretty decent with their tribal warriors, 100, 157, 164, 108, 172, 153, 133, 110, 110. Looking over at Banana and Aiden's army. Banana? There we go. Banana and Aiden's army. We've got Banana doing a great job. 248, 190, 175, 129, 166, 138, 139, 116, 124. And then with last but certainly not least, Kush putting up the final defense with 160, 173, 116, 207. This is Kushite slave infantry, guys. 99, 135, 80 H, and Chariots 135, and then Shotel is, 147, 101, 107. Overall, a fantastic battle, guys. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like. Helps me a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Comment what was your favorite part of this battle. And if you guys are feeling extra generous, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. I would highly appreciate it, guys. I love you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.